Today we have the first ever NV scooter deck, and we're gonna see if it will last in 2022. Let's go.
Coming at the barbershop too lit. Pocket full of smoother than the Cadillac with cruise control. Doing what I do, you know.
So this was released in 2010 under the name the Blunt Ace of Spades. It was released at 4.3 inches wide with finger whip friendly rounded edges. That's a bit of a tongue twister, not gonna lie. It was released in 6 different colorways. So we have the gray here today. It was also released in purple, pink, green, blue, and I believe black. One thing that really stands out to me is this deck wasn't released with an integrated headset. So you actually have to put your own headset cups in. To me, the non-integrated headset just shows how ancient this thing is. It's literally a relic. So I'm gonna chuck it on my scooter, which is pretty fresh, and let's see how it goes. This thing looks so weird, it's so skinny, holy heck. Back when these were first released in like 2010, I remember getting one. I got one in black, and I literally rode it for like a month and it snapped. So let's hope that doesn't happen today, because I'll feel bad, because this thing's like a relic, so it's like breaking a piece of history. Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Since my brother died, plus my papa passed. Could have been sipping liquor or blowing grass. Could have been chasing women, but it never lasts. Watching Eddie Murphy movies, but I never laugh. All alone in my home, no comfort zone. Stomach rumbling, I wanna vomit, what is wrong? Well, maybe I'm sick of the struggle. Every time I try to leave, man, I trip and I stumble. Went from one woman and job.
Alright, first impressions. This thing is short, is skinny, it's scary, but it's kind of fun. Because it doesn't have a brake, it's making the shortness extra hard to adapt to, because I can't like put my foot up against the wheel, which I usually do. So I keep like hitting the brake and going over the bars. That's my first impressions. Check out how thin this is. I'm gonna see if it's possible to 50. It might be extra hard because of like the finger whip friendly design, but let's try it. Wish me luck. I don't know if this is possible. Subscribe, we got that. Let's go. Alright, yeah. Let's get some other people's opinion on the scooter, so let's get them to ride it.
Now she out touching the toes, throwing it back for the bones, pocket the coin. I don't need all of these toys, I just passed on some my boys. We get lit, off at the bar rips. Who is you bringing along with? I don't need no one to brawl with. You know how we get whenever we lit. I wanna see you get.
Thoughts?
That is dodgy. That is dodgy. It's so skinny. Ooh. It's so skinny, but like the bars are so tall on it as well, so you just feel like you're just gonna go whoop.
Max.
But for back in the day, it would have been an elite scooter to ride, to be honest. Like for one of like the first decent decks that came out. Other than that, in this day and age, hang it up on the wall.
Facts.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh.
Alright, give us your thoughts.
When you first get on it, it's like mental. Like the deck is so short and so skinny. If I wasn't as tall and we could put shorter bars on it, it wouldn't be like so bad, but like not up to par with nowadays decks. Not at all.
This deck, sure it was good back in its heyday. Bit skinny, it's angled on the sides, that's not healthy for your ankles. That ain't friendly.
Honestly, for its time, I actually like it. If you got one of these back then, you would be loving your life, I could already tell.
Just FYI, I don't know if I've said this already, but this is the very first version of the NV Ace of Spades, or the NV AOS. So this is version 1. I have the brand new version, which is the V5 limited edition here.
Roll right now, bounce like that. Roll right now, bounce like that. Roll right now, bounce like that. Roll right now.
This is the AOS V5 limited edition. It's the Raymond Warner SIG, and I'm going to compare these two just to show you how ancient this deck is. So off the bat, look at the sides. These are like crooked, like obviously when you finger whip and stuff, if you hit that, it's going to hurt, even though this is finger whip friendly, but this was before they had like this, the flat sides. Let's just talk about grinding. If you grind on this, you have the whole thing. You can do 50s on the edge of this, where this, like you have the tiniest little bit to grind on and do 50s. This obviously has an integrated headset. You don't need to add the headset cup, which makes it look more like flush, and it's just way more convenient. Where this, you have to change the headset cups in and out. Yeah, you can get like, you can add colors to it, which is kind of cool, but it's also kind of like outdated. Even just like the back of the deck, you literally just had a single axle. So yeah, well this has like boxed ends. Inside the box end, it has like a system system for the axle to lock in place pretty good. Yeah, I mean, just like look at these two and you can easily tell the difference. You can tell that this one's 2010, this one's 2021, like 11 years later.
Roll right now, bounce like that. Roll right now, bounce like that. Roll right now. Coming out the crib in my house shoes. I don't even know why they call them house shoes. Should call them corner kicks. Cause you're only kicking in them on your corner shit. Cruising through the air in my pajamas.
This deck's way bigger, but it's nearly the exact same weight. You judge that as well.
Oh,
Yeah?
what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Holy fuck.
And also another thing, back in the day when they first released this, they didn't have any designs or anything underneath. Obviously now they have that. They have the whole signature range. I don't know when they started doing that. I believe it was AOS V2. I could be wrong saying that. Maybe V3. I don't know if you guys know much about SIG decks, but when you have a SIG deck and it sells, you get royalties from every sale. So let's just say Raymond Warner sells a SIG deck. Every time that sells, he might get a little bit of profit from that sale. Does that make sense? What are your thoughts on this?
Heavy. Ancient. Looks, yeah, very ancient. Heavy. I feel like if I got another deck and it looked a bit like this, it would be lighter. This feels very heavy for its size.
Heavy, ancient, and looks a bit boring.
Alright, so that is the video on the first ever NV AOS V1. Let me know your thoughts on it. Would you ride this in 2022? I probably wouldn't ride it again, to be honest. Anyway, I'm trying to hit 5,000 subs by the end of the year, so if you're at this stage of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Like, what are you doing if you're not? Like,
Subscribe.
What are you doing? Exactly. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
I want to be the greatest in the world, not for the money and the fame and the girls, not for the car keys or the jet skis, but the vacation to the West Indies.